What is an exponent? I will even zoom in because I know my blind children cannot see that. Exponente. ¿Qué es exponente? All right, are we ready? Bran, I know that you know it, baby, but I'm going to write it down. Okay. Are we ready now? But it's a review of what we did last year, so it'll be good for you. All right. What is an exponent? It is the small number I'm sorry, are you not entertained? That tells you how many times to ever stop multiply the base by itself. Because people take forever to write. And we don't judge. We love all God's children. Stop being so annoying. Alright, okay, so it's the baby number up top, and it tells you how many times to multiply a base by itself. So if the exponent is the small number, what's the base? The big number. Look at you go, take a point. So let's write what is a base. Dun 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 dun. What is the base? The big number. The big number by the exponent. Truth. Take a point, Paris. Is the base. That's why we wrote what is a base.
Take a point.
I will gladly take one. Thank you so much. So if I wrote x to the 7th power, which of those is the base?
The x. And 7 is your x.
And 7 is your exponent. Now, if it's 2, we say squared. If it's 3, we say cubed. Anything above that is to the whatever power. If it was an Oreo, we would say to the Oreo power.
Oreo to the Oreo power?
Yep. That's how they get double stuffed Oreos. Alright, so let's write exponent properties, because that's what we are learning today. Tomorrow we're going to write down our learning target. We're going to have a unit learning target, and then we're going to have a learning target for today. We're writing exponent properties right here. The first exponent property is going to be multiplying like bases. So if it's like bases, what does that mean? The bases are the same. So what would have to be the other base that would match this one?
X.
Look at you go. Take a point, children.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Ready?
All right, turn your paper. We're going to write on this top one.
Like, just
We can't. I can't. We can't. I can't. I physically and emotionally can't take any longer on that part. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to learn about is multiplying like bases. So let's write right here, multiplying like bases. When I write, you write pumpkin sauce. Use your hand in there. Oh, okay. Alright, so that would be like if I said a cubed times a to the 5th power. If you're real close. If I have 3 a's here and I have 5 a's here. Oh, sure. Yes. Take a point. You would add them together. And you would get a to the 8th. So when you multiply like bases, add the exponents.
That's what I thought. I didn't know.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah, I really thought it.
Oh, you did. So you're going to add.
Yes. So you would say a to the 8th power. It's not a8. It's not bingo. Does everybody understand? It's a to the 8th power. Okay, now, are you ready for the magic of the foldable? So it says multiplying like bases. Flip this part over. We're going to write some examples right here. So draw a line that extends across. Now, what did I just tell you that we do with the exponents?
You add and you multiply.
So let's write that. Add the exponents. Dun, 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 dun. Gracias, Danubia. Alright, so example 1. If I said x to the 7th y cubed times x to the 5th y to the 9th. Wait, tater tot. Just wait. Now, are the x's and the y's like bases?
Yes. No.
X and y are the same thing?
No.
No. So those are not like bases. You cannot add these exponents together. But you can add the x and the x. So x to the 7th times x to the 5th is x to the 12th. Y cubed times y to the 9th is y to the dun 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 dun. That's all you do.
Hey, this is running easy.
I know. And you just leave it. I can. All right. So let's walk through it together. Let's walk through it together. Okay. So you cannot add the x's and the y's together because they are not like bases. Why do we have our phones out? What are we doing? Do you need me to zoom in some more? Hi, yay. So, but you can add the x's together. So we do x to the 7th times x to the 5th. 7 plus 5 is, yay. 3 plus 9 is, yay.
So we're not going to multiply anything.
No. Yes.
I did X, Y, but I put 24 because I added them.
Don't do that. Because, now that is a very common mistake. Don't add these two together. These are different variables. They are not like bases. You can't add those together. Now, what if I had... Don't yell it out. Just write it down.
Oh, that's so easy.
Now. Oh, okay. We're going to in a minute. Okay, now, are 3 and 4 out front, are those exponents or coefficients? Those are coefficients. Those are not exponents. So what would we do with that 3 and the 4? You would take a point. You would multiply those together. So what is 3 times 4? Look at us go. Okay, now, can we add that 6 and 2 together? Can we add these two? Why? They're not like bases, but can we add the 6 and the 10? Because they are. So we write a to the 16th. Look at you go. You know what 6 plus 10 is. Take a point. Alright, and then what would the exponent for b be?
6.
Why?
Because 2 plus 4 is 6.
Take a point. Now, what is the difference between what we did in example 1 and what we did in example 2?
We have to multiply the coefficients and then we do it.
Yes, take a point. Now, what is the coefficient of this first problem right here? What is the understood coefficient?
1x.
1. What's the understood coefficient right here?
1x.
So 1 times 1 is?
1.
So we didn't have to write it. Can you try one without me?
Yes.
You know your point, right? Look, Harris, I know you.
Please stop. Please stop. For the love of all things good and holy.
Should I write this to the side?
Yes, Pumpkin. Do I need to zoom in?
No, ma'am.
Because I can happily zoom in. Yes, ma'am. It is tater tot.
Yeah. Oh, you said it is. Look, actually,
Veinticuatro. What, Jacoby? Do you? Can you? All right, Jacoby, tell me what's right. 5 times 7 is? To the 13th power. 24th power. Yes. Alright, did y'all get 35 times g to the 13th power e to the 24th power? If everybody at your table got it, give your team 2 points. And Jacoby, you get an extra point for answering. Good job.
Alright, 2 points. You said 2 points?
Yes. If the whole table got it, you get 2 points. Okay. Now, before we turn the paper over and we move on to the back, what I would like you to do is slide your notebook over. You should have some space right here, correct? If you don't, no, don't, just leave it. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. Okay, so right above this, I want you to put today's date. I want you to put 19, 17. And then I want you to write today's learning target. What do you think our goal, what do you think I wanted you to accomplish by the end of this period?
Adding and multiplying.
So multiplying like bases is what I wanted you to be able to do. So our learning target, good, take a point, both teams. I can multiply like bases. And how do you multiply like bases? What do you do to the exponents? Add the exponents. So let's write that. Add the exponents. Now, our unit learning target. What I want you to be able to do by the end of the unit. Does everybody understand? Are we through writing or do we need a moment? Okay. Stop talking so much. No. Where's that -1 on y'all's number strip? Stop talking. You're going to lose points.
Chill out, bro. Chill out.
Put it on.
So you pass out.
Chill out.
Oh, you didn't say S word?
No. I'm probably graduate stage.
That was so random. Yes.
Okay, unit learning target. So what I want you to be able to do by the end of the unit, I want you to write that at the top up here, underneath exponent properties. I want you to write unit LT. I can identify and execute the properties of exponents. I can identify and execute the properties of, and then that word is exponents. So I want you to be able to tell me what property we're using, like multiplying like bases, and then tell me what to do. Yes. Are we ready for homework?
Yes.
Now, just because we're writing down the homework now does not mean that you pack up. You are going to work on it right now. Does everybody understand? I know, life is tough. It's hard out there for a pimp. Now we're going to write it on the back. Are we ready? Jacoby, why? 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 Stop, you're on my nerves.
That's a good song.
It's not.
What?
I don't even know what you're singing, to be perfectly honest with you.
Did you watch the
Oh,
movie?
I'm sorry. I really wasn't listening to you. That's
Did you
my
watch the
fault.
movie? Help us
Money for the rent. Cash like gas. Talking stuff.
I appreciate you editing it for me.
Yeah. I like the regular. The regular version is fine.
All right, Will, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you finished writing this down? Okay. All right, fantastic. Now let's turn it over on the back. 9B. 9B.
I had to record that.
Do you? Congratulations. Let's write this down. Hey, how you doing?
This paper's too low.
All right, so I want you to write homework
Homework. HW.
for 9, 19, 17. And you're going to work on it when?
Right now.
Right now.
Like you said.
No, today.
Tonight.
Tonight. Exactly.
You're going to finish it tonight, but you're going to start on it right now.
Is it on this one we worked on today?
Why would I give you something that is not on what we did today?
You did
How
start.
does that even make sense? No, I have never given you something that we haven't done in class.
It was like one of them days.
No.
It's like one of those days.
Yeah, you know it.
Write it down, how fast.
Ooh. Are you writing it down?
Yes, I am.
Ooh. Ready to go.
Boom in front of your mom on Christmas.
Ooh. Why you gotta put mama's in it? When you ask to put mama's in it, mama's in it. Wait, good Christmas dinner.
Today?
Actually, good
That's the
stuff.
whole thing.
What?
You think of the stuff on
Yeah.
When I seen that picture,
Yeah, I have a sheet of paper back here that I write my comebacks on. Pick out when it's appropriate.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Good.
Ooh, let's do this one.
That needs to be a little hard. Playing them hard.
Why are you still not writing it down?
Ooh.
Thank you, Bryn.
Why you still talking? Why you still talking to me?
Write this down or lose points. Let's go. Your feet should be on the ground.
Oh, ready for your breath stank.
that's a long problem. Man.
I can keep writing. Y'all keep talking. I can keep writing.
Reggie, keep quiet. Stop, please.
She's talking to you. Hush. We said she was talking to you. Do you need to keep going? Is this the argument you want to have? Last one.
They're not an exponent for 14F.
Nope. What would the exponent of that be? If it's just by itself, what is it?
1.
1. Awesome. Hmm.
The grade is on this spot.
Yep. I'll probably take up all of